Amid preparations for the Gambia's first ever digital and population housing census in 2024, the Gambia Bureau of Statistics held a press conference on Thursday at their head office in Kanifing to address ongoing controversies surrounding the implementation of the census. Scheduled to commence on May 25, 2024 and conclude on June 14, 2024, the population and housing census will be carried out by GBoS in collaboration with relevant government stakeholders and development partners, adhering to the international recommendations for a census every 10 years to gather data on the country's population, size, distribution and characteristics. Speaking at the press conference, Statistician General Nyakase Mb Sanyang highlighted the challenges associated with the digital census, particularly during the inventory phase, which encompasses two sequential operations, revealing the planned methodology for conducting the census.
For the first time in our history, we are implementing a full digital population and housing census, where data will be collected using tablets, geographical information system, and information and communication technologies, to improve quality of data and to reduce delay in making available the results of the census. However, implementing a digital census comes with numerous challenges relating to ICT, GIS, management of census personnel, and logistical issues. Despite all these challenges, the Gambia Bureau of Statistics is working tirelessly to implement quality census in line with best international standards. For instance, the Bureau was able to map the whole country within 6 months using digital GIS technologies. Coming to the enumeration phase. The enumeration phase of the population census encompasses two broad operations in sequence. The first operation is the listing of households and structures, and the second is the counting and collection of information on each individual that has passed the night in the country during the census night. To that end, GBoS has recruited 5,309 enumerators and 1,087 supervisors that will be visiting each part of the country and each household during the census enumeration period.
Mr. Sanyang also addressed concerns regarding delayed payment of allowances and provided an explanation for the payment process.
To fast-track payments, a digital form was created at the start of the main census training to capture the mobile money transfer details of all participants. However, getting this information from the various centers was a big challenge as regional census officers struggled to stabilize the centers. Many participants also fill in the form for different centers, and multiple mobile money transfers in anticipation to receive multiple payments for the same activity. The account officers, in an attempt to validate the payment for the payment information of all participants, detected this unacceptable smart move by some of the participants. Furthermore, several people use the same payment numbers as opposed to their own mobile money account credentials, which, if processed without rectification, could lead to audit queries.
Regarding mail and transportation issues, Mr. Sanyang offered clarifications and emphasized the Bureau's commitment to resolving any outstanding concerns.
There are a lot of misconceptions regarding the claim that participants were supposed to receive $1,000 as daily allowances for attending the training. It was alleged that GBoS allocated $700 per trainee to cater for lunch and breakfast, while $300 was given as allowance. It is important to note that no such amount was allocated as allowances to participants. The $300 provided is not compensation for time spent attending the training. Rather, it's given to them as transport refund. The $300 transport refund is based on joint country and UN policies. GBoS invited participants to a training. It is the responsibility of GBoS to provide meals of sufficient quality and quantity for the duration of the training.
He noted that despite the announcement of delay rates, many residents in the Greater Banjul area who opted to work in rural districts withdrew from the training.
After active teachers were also forced to withdraw as per directives from the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, and for obvious reasons, given schools are in session as opposed to previous censuses which were conducted in April when schools are on break, after attending several days of training in some regions. This has implications for the program loaded into the tablets as replacements need to be imputed into the virtual platforms created for the training.
The data collectors and supervisors employed by GBoS recently submitted a petition expressing concern over the Bureau's deduction of tax from their earnings, which they deem unlawful according to the national laws. In response, Mr. Henry Mendy, taxpayer educator officer at the Gambia Revenue Authority, affirmed the legality of GBoS deducting 10% from each field worker's earning as tax, providing further explanation.
Is it legal for the enumerators to pay tax? Yes. Is it legal for GBoS to deduct it? Yes. Where is it based? The Income and Value Added Tax 2012, Section 89 spells it out. It's very clear that any person involved in any economic or income generating activity, and if earn more than $2,000, it's $2,001, you're supposed to pay tax. Now the same section gave the power to the contracting institution to withhold, meaning to deduct. Just like myself, before my salary is paid, something is deducted from my salary and paid to domestic taxes, which is then forwarded to central bank.
Despite challenges, field operations have commenced in various districts, starting with the listing of compounds. Mr. Sanyang urged cooperation from all stakeholders to provide accurate information to field officers, which is essential for the effective planning and service provision. Census data are crucial for policy making, planning, administration, and the management and evaluation of various sectors, including education, the labor force, housing, health, transportation, and rural development. Reporting for Kirfatu, I am Namatulai Yao.